everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will share 3 Christmas DIYs with you, and I will create them with nature. I have from an earlier project a very long birch branch that I'm going to use in all these 3 DIYs, so stay tuned for that. This video is part of my COZY SCANDI DECOR series, and this series is all about making winter and Christmas a cozy place with inspiration from the Scandinavian decor style. So if this is something for you, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because there are more inspirational videos coming your way. I have a playlist to this series in my description box, so jump on over there and check out the rest of my COZY SCANDI decor. So let's get DIYing. There are so many beautiful rustic decorations online and in shops. It could be rather expensive, so I decided to make my own for free. Christmas DIY number 1. I have these wood slices that I have cut, and I decided to cut them in a 45-degree angle to get the more oval. And I took this branch, also left from the same piece, and I will attach all the slices like you see me do there. And I needed help from my husband. He stapled them in place, and I reinforced them with some hot glue all the way up to the top. It would have been better with maybe a nail gun or something, but we didn't have that, so this worked perfectly for us. Staple, glue gun, staple, glue gun. This video is also part of a challenge, CHIC for CHEAP, and it is hosted by Christy at Christy Creates, and her co-host for this month is Christine from Christine K. And if you're not familiar with these ladies and their channels, be sure to jump on over right after this video and check out what they have to offer. I will leave links down in my description box to their channels, as well as to the playlist of this challenge, so you can get loads of inspiration. Now that my tree is ready, I needed a base for it, and I found this piece of firewood that was pretty nice, and I drilled a hole, but it was slightly too tiny, so I'm working a way to make it fit, to make the hole a little bigger. And once it's done, I take some glue and fill up the hole and just squeeze the tree into place. It's a very tight fit, but that's what I want, so perfect. And once in place, I will also reinforce it using some hot glue all the way around there. And to cover up the glue, I will put some moss around the base of the tree. And it also looks very rustic and pretty, so I like that. I also take some reindeer moss, and I will cover up the ugliness on top there and make the top a little more pointy. And I will also take some hot glue and squeeze in the reindeer moss in between the wood slices. That will give my tree some nice texture and also cover up any staples or glue still showing. A rustic piece like this also needs a gnome, and I take this pine cone and I just hot glued a wooden bead as his nose, and I'm taking a tiny piece of faux fur as the beard, hot glue it into place, and then a sheepskin fabric, just a scrap piece, and that will be his hat, and that will go on with some hot glue as well. And then my first DIY is done. And here it is, sitting out on my dining table as a beautiful centerpiece. Tall, thin, rustic tree. I love how it turned out. And the little gnome there, cute. I just hot glued some berries onto his hat. On to Christmas DIY number 2. And I take this piece of birchwood, the same branch, and I have cut it in two. One I will use for this project and the other one for my third DIY. So I have these thinner branches of the same bigger branch, and I'm taking 4 pieces. One piece in the middle, and then the other pieces will form like a triangle. You will see. You will understand what I mean in just a second. This will also be a table Christmas tree, a flat version. As soon as I cut my pieces, I will tie them together with some jute string, so I have a frame to work with. Can you see where I'm going with this? If you're new to my channel, hi! I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrifting, decorating, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and let's be friends. Once the framework is in place, I'm starting to take the thinner, more flexible branches and just weave them here and there and all the way. No rhyme or reason really, just to cover up the tree. And I'm doing that, taking more and more branches until I'm happy with the result. The tiny branches were flexible enough, but if they are not flexible, you can always soak them in water overnight and they will not break for you. Once I am happy, I take some jute twine and twist it around the framework and tie in the small branches, so just to secure everything in place, and it looks rustic and nice at the same time. Now I'm taking that half piece of wood that I showed you just in the beginning of this DIY, and I'm drilling a hole to fit my tree. And I just take some glue and I will squeeze my tree into place. This time I had the right size of the drill and it fit perfectly. And as a final touch, I will take these tiny pieces of sticks, and I take 2 and 2 and I tie them together. I will make a star, a 5-point star, like that. Tie them together and work my way around. And I tie it together as if I had drawn it without lifting the pen. If you have made a star like that, I do the same steps here, tying the sticks together all the way around to form the star. Once my star is done, I just put it on top of the tree and tie it with some jute twine, put some fairy lights on, and voila! Here it is, sitting on my credenza, looking super cute. What do you think? This is rustic, isn't it? My third and final Christmas DIY. I still have some tiny branches left from my birch wood, and I'm working my way around in a circle, just forming like a mini wreath, and just tying it around until I am happy with the thickness of my wreath. But this will not just be a wreath, I will make an owl. Once I'm happy, I just take a piece of jute twine, tie it, and then wrap it all the way around, just to tie in all the loose tiny branches and make it nice and sturdy. I take 2 round wood slices of the same birch branch, and I have made a little hole in each of them, and I just tie some jute string, and that will be the eyes of my owl. I will take the wood slices and tie them around the top of the wreath so they are dangling within the wreath. Just tie them, and I will show you. I will have a pine cone as a nose, like so. Can you see the owl? And now I'm making the feet of my owl. I'm taking some metal wire and I will shape it into a bird's foot, 3 toes in the front and 1 in the back, and then up a tiny bit of the leg. And I will also make the wire go down. That will not be part of the foot, but it will hold it into place. On the piece of birch wood I will put it on. Can you see there? The tiny bit going down there. And I will just push it through the wreath and tie it around. And then I'm taking the piece of wood that I will have as a base, and I will just mark the places I need to drill and just drill tiny holes there. I'm taking some jute twine and I will tie around the bottom part of the wreath to cover up the wire from the feet to make it nice and pretty. I'm attaching my owl to the base with some hot glue in the holes, just pushing down the wires. And there it is, looking good. And now it's time for the eyes. I will hot glue them into place to the side of the wreath, and the other one to the side and also to the other piece of wood, like so. And then I will attach the beak of my owl, that is the pine cone. Some final touches with his ears and eyes, and he is done. And here he is, sitting beside my newly made Christmas tree. There he is, super cute. For his ears I put some reindeer moss and some raffia tassels upside down. And for the eyes I just hot glued some buttons into place. So tell me, what do you think of my rustic Christmas decorations? Leave me a comment down below, I would love to read them. If you like this video and videos like this, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button for more inspirational videos. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.